Welcome to our first Digital Writer Hangout. This is the one I've been promising to do for like 84 years, and we're finally doing it. But it's better that we waited because now Dave is here, and he's going to keep me from not rambling. So that's awesome. Well, actually, he's not going to keep me from rambling. Who are we kidding?
An army couldn't keep him from rambling.
Yeah, no, it's true. And in fact, I'm going to start rambling right now. But, no, about 2 hours ago, Cindy's like, you know what? You know what's going to be really hard is not swearing. I'm used to swearing so much when we talk. But Dave asked that just a few minutes ago, actually. He's like, are we swearing on these? I said, no, I'm a little more professional when it comes to the digital writer. Let's try not to. I'd like to prove that I can articulate myself without swearing. But no,
to answer the critics.
Yeah, I mean, I think vulgarity is poetic if done well, but I can function without it. A couple hours ago, there was this crazy bird sounds outside, and it seriously sounded like birdemic. It was just like Cindy's, you got to come here. There's just crazy birds outside, and I thought she was exaggerating. She opened the door, and we went out, and it sounded like World War bird. It was crazy. Anyhow, see, I got my rambling out of the way early. So we're going to try something new here, and we're kind of we're working this out loud. So this is a grand experiment. I figure it's going to take a few months to pull off, but when we're all done, we're going to have a working model, I think, that's going to work really well for nonfiction authors. I don't think this works at all for fiction, although I'd love a way to crack that nut and make it work because primarily we're fiction authors. But I think for nonfiction, this is really cool, and I'd like to experiment with it because I've toyed with this idea for a really long time. And I wanted to do this project specifically for about 18 months because it's proof of concept. So I'll give you the name of the model a little bit later. But basically what we're going to do now is we're going to record a lot of videos through a series of several Hangouts, and we're going to break up those videos into smaller pieces where we're answering individual questions. And we're going to transcribe those, and they'll be available on the site as well as individual videos. And there's a lot of stuff that we're trying to kind of accomplish here. The first thing that we're trying to do is experiment with video marketing, because that's one thing that writers, YouTube is huge and it's growing, and not just YouTube, but Vimeo and really Ustream, all the video is growing. It grows every year. And it's a place where authors, we're used to articulating ourselves, but we always do it on the page. And it's a place where smart authors can really get a leg up, especially nonfiction writers. So I kind of want to play with that, and by breaking up these longer Hangouts into individual videos, we can do a lot with SEO, and I can test a lot of stuff. And what works, I can find ways to make it work for fiction, because that's kind of what scrappy people do. We find out what works and we make it work better in a different environment. So I kind of want to play a lot. And what we did is we have I may as well give the name of the book. This whole project will eventually be a book, and it's called 101 Rules for Writers That Hate Them. Because if you know anything about me, I'm not a big guy on rules. I didn't even make it through school. I wasn't a bad kid. I just didn't like school. So that title would really speak to me as a writer. So I hope it speaks to you, and that's kind of what we're doing. So Dave has my 101 rules, and he's just gonna, ask me a few and keep them on point each. Keep me from rambling. Each one of our videos. So each video will have anywhere between 6 and 12 smaller videos that are cut from this master one, depending on how on point he can keep me. So this would really be the end of the first video here, and we'll start our next question and go into the next one. So let's all say thank you to Dave, because he's totally giving of his time right now to help us with our grand experiment.
Yeah, I could be sleeping right now.
He could be. In fact, it's 4:23 right now, and we had this set for 4 o'clock. He got up at 3:58. Cracked his first cherry Coke at 3:59, and we were on. So, well, let's get started.